Welcome to Shake and Bake Racing. We'll be going over the track guide to Autodrome Lago Maggiore. Going into T1, we'll be braking right at the 75. Make sure when you turn in that you get it turned in nicely so you're set up for T2. Make sure not to get on the gas too early because it's very easy to go wide. And going into T3, you want to use as much road as possible to carry all the speed that you can. And going into T4 is a very tricky corner for me. I don't know why, but I always like to run deep, so make sure you hit that apex and get a little bit of the curbing. Going down to T5 here, it's also another tricky corner. It's very easy to get wrong. Make sure you take the wide line, stay out, then come back in so you can carry as much speed down to these S's as possible. And going up to the hill, you want to brake right after that yellow spot into the curbing. Make sure to get turned in nicely. Make sure to hit the apexes on S's because it's very easy to lose a lot of speed going through them. And going down to the last part of it, you want to make sure you get all the curbing you can to get turned in so you have as much speed as possible going down this back straight. And this is actually one of my favorite corners in a racing game just because you brake super late and you're going really fast. I usually like to brake around the 50, get it turned in, and once you get it turned in, that banking will allow you to get on the throttle pretty early. Going into these next two corners, you can lose a lot of speed if you get them wrong, so make sure to hit the apex and stay to the left here, so then when you hit this apex right here, you can carry a lot of speed down. Very important to keep your speed up. What we're braking is right before that sign on the left up there. Make sure to stay gentle on the throttle through here because it's very easy to get out of the line, the racing line, and once you do that, you have to readjust a lot of times, and that's not what you want. It'll slow you down a lot. We'll be braking right at that sign over there to the right. Make sure to get it turned in. Once you get it turned in, get on the throttle because it's a very long and winding corner. It's just the first part of it. You have to be very careful not to go too deep because it'll cost you a lot of time. Now we will be going full speed, full send for the next few laps that you'll be seeing. The first lap I always like to do a nice slow run just so you can get a feel a little bit better and kind of see where the racing line is so you don't have to pause it and rewind the video. I want you to be able to focus and not have to rewind because it's very difficult to get an image of what you need to do in a track if someone's going at a world record setting pace or just a very quick pace. It's better for me especially to see a slower racing line so I can kind of understand what they're doing, what the car will be doing. I'm driving the Aston Martin today. Absolutely love Aston Martin. It's one of my favorite cars, period. I guess because I love James Bond, and for a spy he has some of the most amazing cars. But coming down to my favorite corner here, be braking right at the 50. Make sure to get it turned in and get on the power early as possible. And I love this track as well. It's a very fast track. A lot of technical corners that take a little bit of time to get right, and even then you feel like there's more time just because of the way the track's set up. Absolutely love it. You can really push cars on this track. I feel like it might just be me, but just the way the track is set up, the long corners or the banking. The only slow part I think is the first few corners, and after that it's a very quick track. In a Ferrari now, it's a Group 4 car. Absolutely love the Ferraris in this game. I love how they handle. I love going around the Nordschleifer and the Group 3 Ferrari. I just like that it's kind of on the edge. It's not really super planted. You feel like you're getting a lot of time out of it. You know what it's going to do. And not a lot of cars, I think, in Gran Turismo really capture the speed and the way you think a car would handle. I've never driven a Ferrari, but growing up, you watch movies and you watch stuff about cars and you see how wiry they are and how fast. And I think one thing that Gran Turismo got right is just the way the Ferraris drive in my mind, I guess, because they're fast and they're just always on the edge. When you go around corners, you want to make sure you're giving it 100% when you're focused, just so you don't lose the back end or do something stupid. And as a game, you really want something that kind of sparks your interest, and the Ferraris for me just kind of do it in this game. Well, we're going down to the last section of this lap with a Group 4 car. Next car we'll be doing is a Group 1 car. It's a Toyota. It's a hybrid. Absolutely love them cars. They have a lot of grip and a lot of downforce. One thing that I like to try to do is the cars have a vast difference in handling and grip. What you want to be able to do is, the reason why I show 3 different cars is to find where the grip is and where the torque is. And it's very easy to do if you pay a lot of attention, but too many people will get in a car and start driving it and just dislike it because it's not the car they like. And to be able to be good at daily races and different things in racing games is to be able to find the time and find the grip and find the torque and where you should be at in the RPMs. All these things really make a difference and will help you like a lot more cars and be able to drive cars a lot faster, because certain cars will do great at certain tracks and others will be at a disadvantage to setting that fast time that you want. So it's very important to learn how to drive quickly multiple cars, because daily races and different racing games, they all have different specs for their cars, and one thing you need to focus on is being able to find time and speed in any car you're in. And luckily, driving Group 1 cars, it's usually very easy to find a lot of speed and a lot of downforce and a lot of ability to turn in, but the slower cars I struggle with at times. But the more you practice and the more you drive them, the easier it'll become, be able to be in the podium on daily races or be able to set faster times and feel good about racing and just having a good time. I mean, we all sim race because we can't afford these thousands of dollars of cars or track time. We do this because we want to have fun, and one way to have fun is by going fast and being good. Hopefully this track guide helps you. Like and subscribe as always, and have a wonderful day.